to ditch the small talk and get good at asking better questions, because most people are in a really default pattern of initial communication that we have with people. And that might sound like, so how was your day? So what do you do? And these questions, well, they're very small talk questions, and they can be really big energy killers, especially when people say, oh, like, I didn't really do much today, or like, oh, my day wasn't very good. And so you don't know what you're necessarily opening yourself up for when you ask that question. And honestly, when you think about what people usually say to that question, i.e., how was your day? You know what most people say? Yeah, it was good. It was fine. So it's almost like filler. It's filler conversation. It doesn't actually lead to anything that's going to create that spark that you're looking for on a first date. So instead, I want to encourage you to go deeper. And I'm not saying you should ask completely off the cuff, random hypothetical questions like, if you were an animal, what animal would you be? I know some people talk about going that way with conversation. I don't want you to do that. Instead, I want you to go deeper, and I want you to ask a woman when you're on a date with her, what's something exciting that you're working on this week? Why? Because the word exciting is what you're asking her about. So you're going to get her answering about something that lights her up. Or you might say, what's been the highlight of your month so far? These types of questions get women out of this autopilot and get you out of autopilot, and they're going to help your connection actually stand out. So I had a client that on a date that asked a question to his date about something exciting that she had been working on. And she ended up telling him all about this pottery project she'd started. It's not his favorite subject in the world, but it lit her up. 45 minutes later on that date, they were both laughing like old friends, because that's how fast connection can happen when you ask the right questions that gets people out of their shell and actually talking about the things that they love, that bring them joy. The fact that they're talking about those things with you, they associate you with that joy. They leave the date feeling like, wow, that's the best date I've ever had, because I was able to talk about things that I'm passionate about versus go through the motions of a typical first date, typical questions. Everything felt like it was on autopilot. So I really want you to think about a very simple tip is to ditch the small talk and get good at asking better questions.